Hi, this is Kim from Kimberbell Designs, and I am so excited to share with you the Orange Pop Rulers. Now, what are Orange Pop Rulers? Well, they're the most easy and accurate way of visually centering your embroidery designs or your applique designs before you cut them to put into your quilt projects. So let me show you how easy these are. First of all, there's a square set with 3 different rulers, actually 4 rulers inside this one. And then in our rectangle set that I'm going to show you here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more rulers in that. Now, the problem comes when you embroider a project, or if you sew an applique project, and say you start with a larger piece of fabric, because that's what we usually like to do, since the fabric actually gets pulled in a little bit once you embroider or applique onto it. And so if we need to actually square this up for our project after it's been sewn out, then it's really easy to do it with these Orange Pop Rulers, and I'll show you why. So here we have the rectangle set, and I've got an 8.5 by 10.5 inch rectangle here. We've got a 6.5 by 8.5, 4.5 by 6.5, and then we've got some bonus rulers as well in that rectangle set. Alright, now if I wanted to square this up to a 6.5 by 8.5 inch size, I might look at it and go, you know, I could measure it a little bit over this way or over this way, but I'm always nervous that I'm not going to get it cut correctly for my project. And sure enough, I'm going to cut one side off more than the other. Has that ever happened to you? Well, this helps solve that problem. The other thing that's nice about these rulers is that they all have these no-slip grips that you place on the back of them, so that your ruler won't move as you're cutting. And the real key to these rulers, and the cool factor about them, is that they have these extended channels in each corner, and you'll see why that's important here in just a minute. So what I want to do is I'm going to start out actually with my smallest rectangle first, just so that I can visually center this design. Now obviously I can see that this is not going to fit, this block is not going to fit in this size rectangle, but I'm going to keep it there just for a moment until I add on, or I should say pop on, my other rulers. So this is a 6.5 by 8.5 inch size. I'm going to pop that on, and I visually can tell through this the clear grid that this is centered, and I'm going to take the center one out. And then, just to give me more base, I'm also going to pop on the next size ruler so that I have more grip to hold on to. Now if I wanted to cut this at 8.5 by 10.5 inches, I could certainly take this one out and make it an even larger block. But I'm going to keep it just at this size. Well, actually no, I'm not, because look, I can visually see underneath this clear grid that is going to be sewn into my seam, and that's not going to work. So I do want to use only the 8.5 by 10.5 inch size. And if I wanted to have this on my quilt block over here to the left, I can visually see it before I cut it out, but I'm going to keep it right here in the center. Alright, now because of those extended channels, all I'm going to have to do is just place my rotary cutter inside the corner channel and just simply turn and turn the block, and pretty soon you're going to have perfectly cut square corners, but you're also going to have the exact size block you need for your quilt project.